Did you know your brain weighs just 3 pounds but controls everything you do? Ever wondered how you remember your best friend's birthday or learn a new dance move? Imagine your brain as the ultimate control center, guiding your thoughts, emotions, and movements. Your brain processes millions of bytes of information every second. How does it manage this? In this video, we'll explore the different parts of the brain and discover what each one does. Stick around to understand your brain and its functions. Let's see who are the brain professionals involved in brain research and their contributions. Dr. Feldman Barrett is a famous neuroscientist from Northeastern University. She is known for her theory of constructed emotions. Unlike popular theories that say emotions are the same everywhere, she believes emotions vary by culture and environment. Her work highlights how emotions can differ across different cultures. Dr. Chalmers is a well known cognitive scientist and philosopher who plays in a band called Zumi Blues. The band's name refers to psychological zoomies, which are imaginary beings that act like humans but have no consciousness. These psychological zoomies are used to highlight the hard problem of consciousness, which Dr. Chalmers introduced. The hard problem of consciousness is about the challenge of explaining why and how we have subjective experiences, suggesting that consciousness might have a non physical aspect. Now let's understand about human brain. On average, an adult brain weighs between 1.0 kg to 1.5 kg. It is mainly composed of neurons, the fundamental unit of the brain and nervous system. Recent estimates have suggested that the brain contains anywhere between 86 billion to 100 billion neurons. The brain, along with the spinal cord, constitutes the central nervous system. It is responsible for thoughts, interpretation, and origin of control for body movements. Now, let's understand where is our brain located. The brain is enclosed within the skull, which provides frontal, lateral, and dorsal protection. The skull consists of 22 bones, 14 of which form the facial bones, and the remaining 8 form the cranial bones. Brain is contained within the cranium and is surrounded by the cerebrospinal fluid. The main job of cerebrospinal fluids CSF is to protect the brain by acting like a pillow against bumps and minor impacts. It also helps defend the brain from infections. Additionally, CSF helps the brain float, which makes the brain feel much lighter. Without this floating effect, the brain's weight would press down and block blood flow to the lower part, which could cause brain cells to die. Now, parts of human brain. Following are the major parts of the human brain. Forebrain, largest part of the brain. It is the interior part of the brain. The forebrain parts include cerebrum, hypothalamus, thalamus. Forebrain function controls the reproductive functions, body temperature, emotions, hunger, and sleep. The largest among the forebrain parts is the cerebrum. It is also the largest part of all vertebrate brains. Midbrain, smallest and central part of the brain. The midbrain consists of tectum, tegmentum. Hindbrain, the lower part of the brain. The hindbrain is composed of cerebellum, medulla, and pons. Hindbrain functions. The three regions of hindbrain coordinates all processes necessary for survival. These induce breathing, heartbeat, sleep, wakefulness, and motor learning. Cerebrum. The cerebrum is the biggest part of the brain. It includes the cerebral cortex and other inner parts. The cerebrum has two halves connected by thick bands of fibers called the corpus callosum. It is divided into four sections or lobes. Frontal lobe, involved in speaking, planning, reasoning, problem solving, and movement. Parietal lobe helps with movement, sensing stimuli, and understanding orientation. Occipital lobe, responsible for visual processing. Temporal lobe deals with memory, hearing, and recognizing speech. The brain has two types of tissue, gray matter and white matter. Gray matter is mostly made up of different type of cells and forms most of the brain. White matter is mainly made up of axons which connect different parts of gray matter in the brain. The outer part of the cerebrum is called the cortex or cerebral mantle. The cortex has many folds, giving it a large surface area. The cerebrum also has sensory areas, association areas, and motor areas. Sensory areas, these receive messages from the senses. Association areas, these combine sensory information and connect sensory and motor areas. Motor areas, these control voluntary muscle movements. Cerebrum function. The cerebrum is responsible for thinking, intelligence, consciousness, and memory. It is also responsible for processing touch, hearing, and vision. Thalamus. The thalamus is a small structure located right above the brain stem, responsible for relaying sensory information from the senses organs. It is also responsible for transmitting motor information for movement and coordination. Thalamus is found in the limbic system within the cerebrum. This limbic system is mainly responsible for the formation of new memories and storing past experiences. Hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is a small and essential part of the brain located just below the thalamus. It is considered the primary region of the brain because it is involved in the following functions: receives impulses, regulates mood temperature, controls the mood and emotions, controls the sense of taste and smell, produces the body's essential hormones, coordinates the messages from the autonomous nervous system, controls appetite, peristalsis, the rate of heartbeat and blood pressure, forms an axis with the pituitary gland, which is the main link between the nervous and the endocrine systems. Tectum. The tectum is a small portion of brain, especially the dorsal part of the midbrain. It serves as a relay center for the sensory information from the ears to the cerebrum. It also controls the reflex movements of the head, eye, and neck muscles. It provides a passage for the different neurons moving in and out of the cerebrum. Tegmentum. Tegmentum is a region within the brainstem. It is a complex structure with various components which is mainly involved in body movements, sleep, arousal, attention, and different necessary reflexes. It forms the platform for the midbrain and connects with the thalamus, cerebral cortex, and the spinal cord. Cerebellum. Cerebellum is the second largest part of the brain, located behind the medulla and pons. It is separated from the cerebrum by the cerebellar tentorium and transverse fissure. The outer layer, called the cortex, has parallel ribs known as folia. The cerebellum includes cerebellar peduncles and nuclei and anterior and posterior lobes. It has two hemispheres with an outer gray cortex and inner white medulla. The cerebellum main functions are sensing balance, transferring information, coordinating eye movements, controlling precise voluntary movements, predicting body position during movements, managing skeletal movements, anterior and posterior lobes, making fine motor adjustments, maintaining balance and posture during activities like walking, running, writing, and swimming. What is medulla oblongata? The medulla oblongata is a small structure present in the lowest region of the brain. It mainly controls the body's autonomic functions such as heartbeat, breathing, and digestion. It plays a primary role in connecting the spinal cord, pons, and the cerebral cortex. Also, it helps us in maintaining our posture and controlling our reflexes. Pons. Pons is the primary structure of the brainstem present between the midbrain and medulla oblongata. It serves as a relay signals between the lower cerebellum, spinal cord, the midbrain, cerebrum, and other higher parts of the brain. The main functions of the pons include controlling sleep cycles, regulating the magnitude and frequency of the respiration, transfers information between the cerebellum and motor cortex. Pons is also involved in sensations such as the sense of taste, hearing, and balance. That's it. I hope that this video will help understand your brain and its functions. I hope you didn't get bored. I don't want it to make you feel bored. This information is valuable, so I wanted to share it. I apologize if you experienced any difficulties while watching the video. Now that you understand your brain and its functions, which is a great thing, don't forget to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. See you soon in the next video. Bye bye.